In today's Man Thoughts video, I take you behind the scenes of the Grand Tour Season 3 premiere. Hello and welcome back to Man Thoughts. I'm Ash Robertson, and this week I had the great pleasure of attending the Grand Tour Season 3 premiere in London. The event took place at the brewery in central London, which for one night only was transformed into the Cock and Balls. The event was described as going down the pub to watch episode 1 of the new series, and it was just that. We enjoyed complimentary drinks and free food, which was amazing. There was sliders, the mini burgers, there was sausage rolls and Scotch eggs. It was amazing. They really pulled out all the stops on the food. It was like a classic British pub menu, and it was, yeah, amazing. There was around 350 people at this event. It was a mix of members of the media, there was YouTubers, there was Grand Tour fans of course, there was production crew from the Grand Tour, and quite surprising for me, I wasn't quite sure if they were going to be there or not, but the trio were there. Clarkson, Hammond and May were in attendance. The presenters all arrived separately. They pulled up outside the brewery in their posh cars and posed for some photos. As to be expected, Jeremy Clarkson arrived first in his Alfa Romeo Stelvio, although he later apologised for arriving in an SUV, but tried to claim it back by saying it was the sporty version. Second to arrive was James May in his very own BMW i3, and finally Richard Hammond arrived in his beautiful Ford Mustang. What a beauty. All three were in great spirits and chatted away with fans as they posed for pictures until being ushered away by crew. I managed to bag a quick snap with Richard, which was just fantastic. He was a complete gent and had lots of time for everyone who wanted some photos. Definitely one to treasure. I've never met the guys before, so this was a great snap to get. Whilst we were waiting for the event to start, there was a DJ playing from the Grand Tour playlist. There was a pool table, and quite cool as well, they had the Grand Tour game, the brand new video game for the Grand Tour series, available to play on a big TV. They were showing the multiplayer setting in this, the multiplayer game in this setting, the 4-player multiplayer. So there was different people playing on that throughout the night to different levels of success. From what I've seen from it, it does look like a really good game. It looks like a combination between Forza and Gran Turismo and maybe a Mario Kart with the power-ups and the gadgets available. It certainly looks like good fun, and I'm sure people have been enjoying it in the days it's come out. But before long we were finally heading into the screening room for the main event. What I didn't know about, they decided there was going to be a quick interview with the three guys and also a short Q&A, which allowed fans and people from the media to ask the questions they wanted to know. The chemistry was so apparent amongst the guys throughout this. Jeremy was very quick to get some jabs in towards his former employer. There was a lot of banter between the different guys, and lots of good fun to be had between them. Whilst it would take a whole video to explain everything they said throughout this Q&A and this interview, what I will give you is some highlights of what they said. They are very proud to share that no injury occurred during filming for this series, which is quite unique for those guys. There was one small injury which Jeremy was very keen to share, when he managed to bang the end of his finger whilst trying to take the beak off a porcelain duck using a hammer, which I'm not sure quite how you do that. They also revealed that episode 2 and 3 of the upcoming series will be the Colombia special, which was originally planned to be the season 2 special. In this episode, it sees the guys travelling from the north of Colombia right down to the south without a single mention of the C word, which again they were very proud to share. They also shared some information about the Mongolia special, which for the first time will see the guys all travelling in the very same car. But first they have to build it. And when I say they, I mean Hammond and May. As you may have seen already reported in different media outlets, celebrities are now completely gone from the Grand Tour. There's going to be no brain crash or face-off. Celebrities are completely out of the Grand Tour, which generated actually quite a big applause and response from the audience at the event. And finally, they mentioned about the Season 3 finale, which Clarkson said himself was the best thing they have ever made. In this special film, they take a look back across Ford's iconic range of saloons. Whilst my arms weren't quite strong enough to capture all of the event, I was able to get this quick clip of them answering one of the last questions, where they were talking about the worst cars and the cars that they would gift each other. And they've talking about a potential film which could be quite interesting.
Us doing this, where we go and do a special, normally we choose the cars that we're going to have. You know, I would choose what I want, and May and Hammond do the same thing. But we have discussed the possibility of where we each choose a car for the other one. Because that would just be, I mean, it would depend on the terrain, but if it's a normal off-road thing, you know, if I got Hammond a pink MX-5, or something along that, you know, it would have to be, it isn't, I mean, an MX-5, as we know, is a fantastic car, but it would be inappropriate for...
Yeah, for what we do.
Sort of off-road in Russia. Pink one, and you have to wear a cap-sleeve T-shirt.
You're going to get a Yugo Zastava, or Zastava.
Is that okay, Yugo? But again, it depends where we're going.
Well, if we're going on the road, you're getting a Series 3 Land Rover.
I mean, the last time we did this, similar sort of thing, was in Alabama, where, of course, each of us wrote slogans on one another's cars. You know how that ended up. So we do need to be a little bit careful. But just, if I wanted to choose, give Hammond the worst car, the car I know you hate the most, it would be...
Oh, I've just realised what it would be. And you'll remember it in a minute.
I know. Oh, I know, it's the Nissan Juke. You'd get the Nissan Juke. Yes, you'd get a Nissan Juke.
I've got this thing lined up for Jeremy, which I've already bought actually, and hidden away in case this opportunity arises. And you know what it is? It's that very slow, buzzy thing that sweeps the concourse in the airport. The very and the man has to stand up vertically.
Stand the up one.
And then presses a button. That's all.
Every time we get to an airport and we see one of those, hello Nick, nice timekeeping. It's my editor on the Sunday Times.
Or you might get a Ford Model T.
Oh no, I hate...
Yeah, I know. That's why you're getting one.
No, Ford, yeah, no, but I think this is how... If anybody wonders how do we put specials and programmes together, it genuinely is like this. We just sit round a table and just thrash ideas going, what about using those things at airports? What about a Model T? What about a Citroen Pluriel for James? That would be perfect. I mean, it would be perfect.
Yeah.
Because I know you hate it.
I do hate it. I want to hunt down and execute the man who was responsible.
It is evil.
He's the only person who's ever invented a convertible and tried to put it on sale in England in such a form that you have to leave the roof at home. And what is the point of that? Think about it very carefully for a moment. It's a bit like launch control. It has no use in the real world.
No, I agree. No, the Pluriel's terrible.
And then finally, it was the moment that we've all been waiting for. We finally got to sit down and watch episode 1 of season 3. As already reported in multiple different places, this first episode is where they head to Detroit in 3 souped up muscle cars, aiming to put the motor back into the Motor City. This episode also features Jeremy Clarkson's review of the brilliant McLaren Senna. I'm sure with the timing of this video going up on YouTube, some of you may have already seen this episode too, with the first episode dropping on the 18th of January. And I'm sure you'll agree with me, it was a fantastic way to start the series. It felt to me like a classic episode of Top Gear. There was lots of mucking about, lots of fast cars, lots of banter between the guys, but then also a great film there with the McLaren Senna. It was the perfect all-round episode in a great way, again, to start the series. I also think from watching this episode and just hearing the guys talk and looking at the different teasers that they were showing throughout the night, that it wouldn't be too much of an exaggeration to say that this could possibly be the best series of the Grand Tour yet. Of course, only time will tell, but over the next 13 weeks we will find out, and I'm sure we're in for some treats along the way. But after the episode had aired, that was pretty much the end of the night. The bar stayed open and people stayed on to enjoy a few drinks, including the presenters and some of the production team. Also saw Andy Willman was hanging around the bar too. Unfortunately for us, we weren't able to stay that long. We had with work the next day, had to head back home and sort of complete our 300-mile round trip. But it was so worth it. It was great to see behind the scenes of the upcoming season, to see that first episode a bit early, and just to find out what's going on with the upcoming season. And of course, meet the trio as well. And an amazing experience for any Grand Tour or Top Gear fan. I really do hope you've enjoyed this video and this look behind the scenes of the premiere and a bit of a sneak peek of what's to come in Season 3. Please do like this video and share it with your friends and on social media, and also comment below. Let us know what you are looking forward to seeing in this upcoming season of the Grand Tour. Also, don't forget to subscribe as well for more Grand Tour content and lots of other different videos on a full range of topics. Just a quick plug, you'll see some affiliate links in the description below. These are links to Amazon and to Grand Tour merchandise. They've got some great stuff that goes with the show. Not at least the Grand Tour game, which certainly looks very impressive. If you do click through these, and you consider buying the products, we receive a small commission on that at no extra cost to you. So it certainly helps our channel if you do see anything you like, just to buy through that link. But until next time, thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you again soon here at Man Thoughts.